Alright, so a very fantastic good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Ewo baby bia ohwe Sports Link Ghana brothers aso. See atina senior the latest updates in yan ebesomo. Ewo platform we so. Now Blasters team manager Amini Shadow ene de ensembi awabetutwa. Na nensema oka no na etwetwe aso kakra esanse. Was single out encrophobia or chese omu ene ye the problem of Ghana football. Ye bana babeti Amini Shadow nko okobo ye near the latest no edi abroad star boy Mohammed Kudus Abrantano eye likely to obetimi erem Liverpool no wakobo ejuma esanse ani slot akokeka ensembi e dia fa Abrantano ho na ani slot eyi West Ham United 2 players bi na eno na star boy Mohammed Kudus ni din ekopie mu ye de mu nkomo no eba besom all platform we to mestre obaso as usual subscribe like ne pia share na obinya bi enhwe o comment amani beje ho eno so be boa me ama me nsa kan odin no me betra se bi mu a ne matimi asend shoutout na e dia ma all platform we so eno ti pomodin se obe video no akosi awiye esanse ye wie pe ye de shoutout no e beto aso e di ama so ye nhye komana say na ye rom dia one potential Blasters player Abrante we ye defender na currently obo adwuma edma IFK no coping e was Swedish top division ni mu na Abrante no ebo adwuma na over just 20 years na super fantastic performance Abrante no eden di e was Swedish top division ni mu no ano e de papa enya semketwa na eno nam so ama top European clubs show interest e Abrante no akache me no kasai no latest eba e chese MLS clubs ahodo enso aye ready say Abrante no omo be sign no na exclusive one abepiem no e RB Leipzig na Red Bull Salzburg omo nyina no aye ready say Abrante ni din e de pepra upon yes kwadwo pepra omo betimi assign na enya seketo oye defender na Abrante na djuma no e wo so papa ne work rate no e wo so ya okopiemu o Leipzig a ebeboa but I know for sure say transfer we no say ebe go to a e de Red Bull Salzburg omo betimi assign Abrante because that club no e club bia e ya na omo player bia ne qualities no e te say Abrante ni din e de kwadwo upon peprati eno so ye latest a ye de first Sports Link Ghana so eti amawo ebusua wadwenkyere ene sai ana onwuramu ewo MLS ni mu na onkoje sika enwene botom ana wadwenkyere eto comment section na enkomo no enye kama na yenwuramu ewo star boy Mohammed Kudus Abrante no ani slot medical din ho nkomo se ofini ni ye papa the same thing ena Liverpool assistant coach opinion din ene John Hertinger wono so efili star boy Mohammed Kudus na now Mohamed Salah I stand in the contract there. Kamia said the door has been shut for Mohammed Kudus, but in as much as say Mohamed Salah in Semno Eltisano and the slot, Chelsea Abrante star boy no say obe piemu e wo Liverpool e yade say obetimi astate e de ba Liverpool. Now 2 players are Osho West Ham team no na obetimi astate e wo Liverpool na e star boy Mohammed Kudus and Lucas Paqueta. Was it these two ebetimi eremu na omu remkra o Liverpool. There is this likelihood say Abrante no ebetimi astate matches ahodo e di ama Liverpool e ho nti and slot e na e show interest wo jeje Kudus so wo chese Abrante the quality se kra no e wo so papa yenko ti enkoma ahodo a and slot e boy e fa Kudus Mohammed and Lucas Paqueta ho.
The first thing that doesn't happen, but is that they also have players, and that's what makes the Premier League so strong this season. I think there are 16 or 17 in the league, but I can name 1 or 2 players that could have easily played with us today as well, in terms of quality. So that is where the Premier League is about, and they use them more and more in the second half. These 2 quality players, and they have more, but I think Paqueta and Kudus were outstanding today, especially second half. And maybe because we were 1-0 up and we conceded 1 or 2 chances, it led to a situation where we were a bit too afraid or didn't press hard enough anymore. It's them taking more and more risk.
Alright, so Liverpool manager and his lot and I want to say open and come on no. Now would say and some opening air cadia. Now is a Kudus and ya Liverpool is signing Abrante na obetimi awrem first level ni mu na wabo adwuma edi ama womo na yenwemu Ghana football sensem Blasters sensem na yese abo bi beka wa na ofri wontuma mu na santuma we no eye openia ni din edi Aminu Shadow na ono na ye Blasters general manager yes team manager ba kope na openi we ne nsem a oka chese ano eye din was a blasters and as a Ghana football no one a football no they are stuck with the old system na come here say omo knowledge omo use kra no a cake a twam enya dey say current football operations how we running football no football people in this country no enya dey say omo go by sa tangent na say sa kwan no so na omo nam na Shadow airborne come no say Ghana football people are stuck in their old ways. If we don't change to the new ways, it will be impossible for us to catch up. And Shadow airborne and come bebre yenko na yenko tie ensem hodo Shadow editu dwa.
In my experience, the biggest challenge is the mindset towards the sport. And I think that, for me, is the starting point. How we approach the sport of football. We've stuck to our old ways of seeing football as mere recreation. But the world has moved on from football being mere recreation. That's probably why we are struggling to catch up with those who are running away with it. Once we are able to understand very well that football has changed from what we've always known it to be, I think then we begin to appreciate and try and put in the measures that are required for us to view football as it is today. It's no more recreation. Yes, it could be, some portions of it could be recreational, but majority parts of football today is purely business. It's purely driven by commerce. And that's why we have so many challenges here, because people just don't understand that football has changed, has evolved from it being mere recreational. And that's why people, a lot of practitioners in the game, people who are expected to spearhead this revolution, are still stuck in their old ways, because they don't understand what football has become now. It's purely a source of livelihood. And I hope that the day will come where generally all of us will understand that football has evolved to this stage. Once we get to that realization, it will cascade into all other areas. Because then if you don't understand how important or valuable a commodity is, you will always hesitate in investing in it. You will not market it well. You will not give it the kind of attention that it deserves to grow. But once you begin to understand that it's of enormous value and the returns of it are enormous also, you will probably put in a lot more investment that is required. You put in the infrastructure, the kind of support, for it to grow. So I'm hoping that one day we'll get to that realization. Once we get to that realization, I think that will be the turnover point for. I wouldn't disagree with people who have the notion that we don't have the right kind of people. But I would say that the right kind of people in the industry are in a minority, unfortunately, and that's why it has been slow-paced. It takes a lot to convince people who are ducked in their old way to change. Change is actually a very, very difficult thing. And it becomes even more difficult when people who are trying to lead a change are in a minority. It's extremely difficult. Football people, as they call them, are people who are very stuck in their old ways. It's difficult to change them. But then it is not something that is impossible. We should be able to do that. And that's why I'm hoping that more and more people, especially new people who are coming into the industry with fresh ideas, continue to lead the advocacy for us to change, because it's in our collective interest for us to change and set course for prosperity. Without that, we'll continue to wallow in this. We just have minor gains, scratch on the surface where there's a bigger pie to earn from. And I hope that people who are also in the industry will soften their hearts and their stance on their old dogmatic way, which might have helped them or worked in times past, so that they can imbibe and open up to new things. Like I said, if we don't change, it's to our collective, gain and sustainability for us to look at what people are doing also. It's very possible for us to also, enjoy from the enormous gains of football. People have done it before. People from zero have done it before. If you look at Asian football nowadays, it's becoming bigger and bigger because they've imbibed their professionalism and the modern way of doing things. And here we have the talent. So it's very possible that if we are able to change course, we will not only catch up, we'll probably overrun the successes that have been made elsewhere.
Alright, so Blasters team manager Amini Shadow and I would say open and come out hodom and ye and penifo to moye Ghana football as or moye football. It will chrome honey yano. They are stuck with the old system. Or my any omonia modia Jumani Yano Ebusia e Kamia Quest a Tetiana. Also Mutimi Bomotin. Na omu change enyema anya satia enyema mubeya den edi ama oman konkron Ghana as far as say football eye concern e wo krom ha ti abusia eno so eye nsemo ahodo a Amini Shadow edi to dwa all platform we so yenwura mu na yenyi shoutout no kakra emfa emfi honom we enkoma say Steven Bombless a big shout out to you Francis Blay Edu a big shout out to you Evangelist in Cancer TV Chao Gabriel Apote Scorner GH Ofochu Prosper Dotumo a big shout out to Anizam Rose Peter Ahen Herbert Esiedu a big shout out to Sevanus Godwin Fiati Nana Eson Eric Tete Munjina Yechamo Papa J Isaac yes Yechao Papa Sevanus also Yechao Herbert Yediamount then Peter Ahen Yediamount Sammy K a big shout out to then we so out to us Ediama Anizam Rose Osei Aveyi, a big shout out to you. Stephen Esel, a big shout out to you. Thomas Otibwache, a big shout out to you. Ayarega Elvis Azuma, a big shout out to Matthew Atta, also your chapa papa. Francis Afo, a big shout out to Philip Ade, your chapa Obia. Mahmoud Suraju, a big shout out to you. Then we so enter us Emma Rams Lifer, a big shout out to you. Then we so enter us Emma Gideon Anderson. $1 a big shout out to you. Then we so ato so Eddie ama Cephas a big shout out to you. Then Scono media amount Adri John a big shout out to you. Now we so ato so Eddie ama Stephen Okutu a big shout out to you. Amanda Ofusuya a big shout out to Bredu Jonas a big shout out to you. Natty Josh a big shout out to you. Na we so ato so Eddie ama Samuel Kwao a big shout out to you. Prosper Afonu a big shout out to you. Yam fashion out in NC Amedin and the Kobe, and I'll be my friend Kobe Finest in Sabishia.